But when does really someone change up the main? They don't, because these characters don't change. And they should. They change slightly, like, oh, the signature's slightly slower, slightly faster. They should make, real quick, look, they should make that, like, you know Bodvar's move? Bodvar does a move that he grapples you with his hammer, pulls you the other way. And like you get pulled in the other direction. I'm not sure why they can't just make that an active input. That if you wanted to, you just pulled that, you pushed it straight. So I did a move where it's like it grapples, but he does like, he could do like a full swing over it, and it throws you straight forward instead of pulling you back. How hard is it to now create active inputs for old characters, which would technically change their meta slightly? It'd make old players of this game, people that have been playing this game for years, use old characters because they feel new. Literally, if you changed 1 or 2 supers from any character that's old, and not change drastically, but you add a dynamic to their move, it changed them completely. People would be like, I need to play this to see what this is like. This is amazing. That's why when they do the refresh for weapons, like the last refresh, which was over a year ago,
Cannon?
it was Cannon. People were like, oh, let me try Cannon, and then Cannon became like a little bit of a thing where it's like, this is fresh. And like I was like, okay, I understood it. That's fresh. That's cool. They need to do that though with like Legends, where they're like, let's add a little bit to their skill set, because some people like with the Cannon. Yeah, learning curve.
Everybody
People
was so dead set about how cannons need to just stay the same. It was fine. Like, no, bro, it has to change. Like everything, Brawlhalla just needs to evolve. Like,
yeah,
everything needs to change.
Even if we do it slowly, I don't mind, and I felt like we've been getting there slowly, but not like, but then it stops. So while you think like, okay, bring it out in increments, I like it. I feel like, okay, we're gonna get the next wave of stuff, especially after BCX. Nothing. You got nothing after BCX. We got Street Fighter. Believe me, that pulled the wool over my eyes because I was all about it. I was like, this is amazing. I want to play Street Fighter, but longevity of the game, changing the meta, changing how the game is. You know, see, you mean to tell me that within the 5-6 years or so that Brawlhalla's been out, and like they've never done it, you're not gonna change any character, like their move, their signature, you're not gonna add to it? Like, veterans of this game, if you had like a whatever made, and obviously you'd be like, oh, then I'm just gonna change my character. Well, how good would it feel to play a character that you already are really good at, and that's because they added something new to them, 1 or 2 things? And I think that would just be awesome. And I've thought of that slightly before, but I think it raises the question with a new legend that we're definitely in a position where we need to do that. Oh man, catches multiple people. Oh my god. I already know when if you are in orange and that just hits, you are dead. Psychonus, you were talking about this before. What's your thought on Munin? I forget.
She was just a character that they had to make really fast, just fill in the gap.
Why is that? Because you were explaining it pretty well.
So because they had nothing. They had nothing. People were complaining one new character. They were just going off of what people were complaining. Oh, we need a new legend line, and people were just pretty much was like, it's like they were taking votes. People were taking votes without noticing. So it was like everybody complained they wanted a new legend with like different weapon combination. And in order to appease people, Moonin was like more or less. Moonin is like a fan service character. So it's just dump Moonin out there, see what happens. You know what I'm saying? And see how people react. How many people actually use it?
You raise an excellent point. And I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. Like, I don't know if he was just like a character, whatever, but I do think that he was definitely probably less creatively made than Arcadia. She's gotten way more creative. I mean, people in chat, y'all have to admit that Munin was just, to me, just kind of there. It just is what it is. Yeah. But I mean, I think it raises the question for me in terms of, you know, I think older characters need a refresh. It would be awesome. You could do like 2 a year. It doesn't even need to be that serious. But as long as in like a 3, 4, 5 year period, you get to like a solid like 10 characters. that are old. Like I think it would be, you know what? I don't even think I feel like it's just more fear. Like
Yeah, but don't fear. You have an experimental mode.
I know.
Use it properly.
But yeah, you're right. Experimental needs to be a full-on feature that like, damn, that like actually makes sense in terms of like what gets used. And what gets used, it shouldn't just be like, oh, we'll test the hitboxes on here or the hitboxes on there. It should really be that they test out tons of different things, like different features, different things overall. We need to see 2 characters or something a year that have like 1 or 2 signatures slightly refreshed. Slightly. It doesn't need to be crazy. Something that like an old character. Like when's the last time you saw Cassidy play? He played. And I don't know, in many formats. And I think she's great. But these skins are not going to just make me want to play old characters if I'm a player of this game from a long time ago.
The new skins for old characters will only appeal to those people that use them as main characters.
Yeah.